Welcome to senior year. We have a lot of fun things planned. We are starting the year off great, watching the sunrise. We have a great day ahead of us. You're going to hear some speeches from your senior class officers. They have been hard at work all summer, plotting a fantastic send-off for you guys. So please get excited. Please listen up. There are a lot of important announcements here and a lot of fun things that we're planning for you guys this year. So without further ado, we take it to our first officer, Hunter Russo.
I'm going to try to keep this short and to the point because, like you, I'm still a little tired and my coffee doesn't really kick into like mid-first block. So, as you will soon hear from the other class of 2022 officers, we are hard at work planning a fun and eventful senior year for you all. So I'm going to just get this out of the way, the how to keep updated with all of our events, that are planned, and all the if we have to reschedule anything like with the senior sunrise. We will be posting reminders and updates regularly on the CCTEC 2022 Instagram. There are also other accounts such as the CCTEC Student Gov, CCTEC Student Services, and the CCTEC NJ, along with the 2022 account. Following these accounts will give you the best means to never miss updates and reminders for upcoming events. Recently, the Powder Puff sign-up reminders were posted on the 2022 Instagram, along with the post to reschedule the senior sunrise so none of you missed it, because that would kind of suck for you all to show up at like 6 o'clock on a Friday. So with that being said, I've been your Sergeant of Arms, Hunter Russo, and I will pass off the mic.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily Muniz. I'm your class historian. So today I would like to go back to a moment in time when essentially none of us knew each other, unless we had gone to the same school, of course. But we began freshman year and we began befriending one another. And after middle school, we were all wondering who we truly are in the scheme of things. And to quote Frank Ocean, we'll never be those kids again, which is true. Since freshman year, we have changed. We've changed ideas, mindsets, and beliefs, and crafted together our dreams and created the goals we wish to achieve in life. Although most of you will look back on your freshman year as gross, just think of all the great changes you've had. Change is beautiful, and we've had plenty of it here at Tech. Not only have we had great change, but great events too. During freshman year, we got to enjoy our first dances, movie nights, the food truck festival, our spirit weeks, and our first pep rally, which for me and so many others was our first feeling of unity at Tech through our programs. So to continue this talk of our amazing 4 years here at Tech, I'm going to pass the microphone off to your class secretary, Josh.
Thank you for the introduction. So sophomore year. What do we remember about our sophomore year? Really, what do we? The start of it's a blur. The end of it's a blur. I forget everything I learned in chemistry except classcraft. I was level 99, by the way. I do remember one thing about sophomore year, and that's all the friends we made. I made lifelong bonds that I will never lose with some of the best people I've ever met. And I've got to meet even more of you throughout my time here. That's what I remember about my sophomore year. It's a shame it was cut short, but it's always going to hold a special place in my heart because of the people I met and the experiences I've had. Thank you all so much. And I'm going to introduce Seth, our class vice president for our junior year.
All right, good morning, everyone. As you know, I'm Seth, obviously your senior class vice president. Here to talk to you, obviously, about your junior year. Truthfully, it was kind of really all over the place. We had COVID, we came back, kind of went away. It was all over the place. I don't really know. We started junior year on our Google Meets, and we were stuck at home around half of our entire junior year, which kind of cut a lot of things short. Thankfully, though, we were able to come back to school despite it not being as normal as it used to be, coming back hybrid, not having a full schedule, not seeing everyone. But hey, it's better than being stuck at home, so I'll take it. And continuing with that theme, we were even able to hold our first school prom. It was very up in the air for a while, and when thoughts of prom first surfaced, we had no idea if it was even possible. Though the class officers worked pretty hard and allowed us to, in my opinion, have one of the most fun dances we had yet. We've remained strong. We've remained strong ever since the COVID pandemic started, and I see nothing but positivity from here on up, with prom being our first landmark. There's a lot to look forward to, and I'm excited to see what is to come for us this year. So here's to us all getting through our junior year, and let's have ourselves one kick-ass senior year, and one that we'll remember for our lifetime.
Hi everyone, I'm Cole. I'm your senior class treasurer, and I'm just here to talk a little bit about our fundraisers that we're going to be holding this year. We just actually had one on Friday, the Readers fundraiser. Thank you for everyone who came out to all that. Although it ended a little bit more abruptly than we had wanted it to, we were able to make a fair amount of money for our class. It was a success. Another one of our major fundraisers this year is the selling of our coupon books. Information about this will be rolled out a little bit more in the coming months and weeks, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we are extremely open to everyone else's ideas, so please don't hesitate to share them with any of our officers or Mr. Riggins. We are going to need all the funds we can get in order to make this senior year as memorable as possible. So to talk about some of the events, without further ado, our president, James Lee.
Many of you I have talked to at some point in this school year, but a lot of you I haven't yet. At the very least, you should know of me. If you don't, well, what have you been doing, man? Where have you been? I'm James Lee. And I don't believe I've ever talked to all of you in person before in this fashion and at any point in my high school career. So I just want to let you all know that it is a great pleasure of mine. My speech will be a little bit longer than everybody else's because we have quite a few things to talk about. And I just want to open by thanking you all for coming out so early in the morning to help celebrate this landmark of senior year. Going into this year, I knew it was going to be special. However, it's not just because I knew we were going to be seniors. Though we are CCTEC's third graduating class, we have the potential to go down in history as a class to make a lot of firsts. Examples include, but are not limited to, the first class to have our senior trip at Disney, and the first to have a relatively quote-unquote normal senior prom. Speaking of firsts, we do have some news for you guys. There is one change that the class officers and I are thinking of making to one of the established events, which would go into effect this year. Before I tell you what it is, I just want to let you guys know that it is not my idea originally, and I do not want to take credit for something that somebody else thought of. Remember, we're all in this together, so if I hear that somebody had an idea I really liked, I'll be open to opening it up to you guys. This idea came from Michael Seda, and he brought it up during a virtual speech on the CCTEC Instagram while running for class president last school year. When I saw it, I really liked the idea and what it stood for, and I thought of pursuing the idea myself if I were to win the election. The event I'm speaking of is Mr. CCTEC. Essentially, it's just a pageant for 12 of the dudes in our grade. Keyword being dudes. Yes, girls are ineligible to participate. Alright, the change we are proposing is a renaming and restructuring of this event to accommodate for this lack of diversity. We would be renaming it to CCTEC All-Star, which, mind you, is Michael Seda's name, which I really like, by the way. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, a girl, or if you identify as something else, you will still be eligible to participate. Obviously, there would be a larger pool of contestants, so the award would be more competitive. But to think on the bright side, as I personally recommend you do, with more competition comes more bragging rights for the winner, so don't be discouraged for that. I don't think this idea would be unpopular, but if it turns out to be so, we don't have to put it into place. You guys come first, so please, by all means, let us know your thoughts on the proposition as we are open to feedback. Before I go, there is something else I feel obligated to address. Though there is hope for this year, more hope than there's been for quite a long time, we should know with absolute certainty that all of these events we hope for will happen. Trust me, I don't like focusing on negativity, but I also don't want to lie to you guys. I also don't want to beat a dead horse, but we all know that COVID still exists. The school has had our first positive case just a few days ago, as many of you probably know, which shows us that it will still serve to be the biggest obstacle in the way of all of these events we're hoping for. But luckily for us, there's still something we can all do to help improve the chances of all of these events happening that we're looking forward to. And that is simply to just continue to practice the safety standards that we've all grown accustomed to for well over a year now. And yes, that does include those infamous Foley shield things that we have to carry around everywhere. Regardless of your opinion on them, I'll hope that we'll all use them, if for nothing else, what they stand for. You get it? What they stand for? Yes. On the first day of school, when we first got these shields, there's something I noticed about them. When standing up on their own, they have quite a bit of trouble staying up and open. But when you and your friends work together during lunch and you snap them together, they stand up way more effectively. And when I saw this, I thought that this was the perfect symbolic representation of what us as classmates need to do together in order to do what we all hope for this school year. All right. We all want to be able to experience the landmark events of senior year, but unfortunately we aren't able to just expect them to happen as they have in years past in high schools all throughout the country. But by working together and being safe, we will increase the chances of these things happening. And that is what is going to make all these events all the more special. Every action we take, both in and out of school, will help contribute towards making these events reality. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Be safe. I'll see you all around.
Without further ado, though, let's take a few moments to watch the sunrise before we make our way to the flagpole to raise the class of 2022's flag over your senior year. Congrats, guys, you made it 4 years. Let's have a great last year here and make it as meaningful as we can.
For a great senior year!